Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for joining me. It's GleeCon, and I'm here again with another episode of Lore of Warcraft. On this show, this epic years-long journey, over 1,300 episodes, over 2.5 years, we're covering every single possible thing in the World of Warcraft universe, every short story, every script of every video, art books, manga, novels, and on top of it all, playing through every moment of every game. We even had a reboot when almost halfway through playing Classic, the plan crumbled and we've rebooted and we've almost caught back up to where we were before. In that journey, we've been doing a full completionist walkthrough of Duskwood, and I wanted to bust it out yesterday, but I kind of just got gun shy. We maybe could have done it. We're going to look at the clock today and see. We were about 40 minutes shy, so if this episode comes in at around an hour, I probably should have pulled the trigger. If it goes much longer than that, then this was probably the right move. But we're going to wrap up Duskwood today, so stay wide and listen. As we do that, on the last episode specifically, we killed some Worgen. We killed some skeletons. We leveled up to 32. We needed to come to Stormwind for a couple of reasons. Okay, one of those reasons is... you know what? One of them is that I want to put this double link tunic on sale. Let's look up JP Worgen here. And see how much, what was it called again? The double link tunic sells for. Oops, I clicked the add button instead of the search. Here we go. Double link tunic. All right, no data at all. Now, I have seen it purchased. So here we go. So on our Pagel, there's nothing on Pagel. Mankrik, which is part of this cluster, for around 40 gold. On some other servers, depends on anywhere from 100 as low as about 7. So I say we go ahead and take a peek about where that's going to be on the auction house. If it's not there, we'll start. Just put it in there. Maybe I'd rather sell. Now, if I go to a vendor, actually, let's start there. I don't ever play the auction house game. So I am 100% a rube every now and then. In this situation,
Stormwind, my friend, won't find any better.
I can sell it for 30 silver. Not a great sell. It's a pure tanking plate. So, and its level requirement is 25. So again, I'm going to look for a double link tunic. Oh, look, that puts... there's a couple for sale. No one has sold it, though. So I'm going to go ahead and put mine up there for 10 gold. I'm going to really undercut these people, and I know that makes everyone mad. So I'm going to go ahead and start a buyout price at 10 gold, but I'm going to start the auction at now... I'll start it at 9 gold. 24 hours. That's what I don't like, is that you can, after 24 hours, I'll have lost my fee, whatever that was. So that was part 1. Now, she's doing okay on gold. And if we really did get 10 gold out of that, cool. That means we got this item that dropped and gave us about 10 gold. Which otherwise I would just vendor for 30 silver. So for me, if I make anywhere north of 30 silver, I'm making a profit, and I don't really care. That might be... Well, I already know that is not the way in which you maximize your efficacy. That's not exactly what I'm trying to do. Okay, so we're going here to do the Seeking Wisdom quest. We also, while here, we need to go to the Stormwind Library to turn in an old history book. And we need to level up our Paladin skills. So those are the 3 reasons, plus that little auction, why we needed to come to Stormwind en route to finishing Duskwood. I didn't just come here for a transition type of thing. So first, Seeking Wisdom.
How are you?
Rest, sister. I can tell you have traveled far, and you bear a heavy burden. Can you tell me what casts that dark shadow over you?
An evil taint has gained a foothold within the already beleaguered Duskwood.
And hearing your
I thank
intent.
the light we have a hero such as you to face it, but you must first prepare yourself for the coming trial. For the necromancer Morbent Fel is immensely powerful and has cast dark enchantments about himself to protect him from physical assaults. If you are to defeat him, you will need a weapon that is proof against these protections. Years ago, the Third Fleet of Kultiris sunk along the coasts of the Wetlands, an expanse of marsh north of the dwarven kingdom of Ironforge. Aboard one ship was a load of Lightforge Iron. This metal is precious to us, for items crafted from it strike with holy truth. If you are to face Morbent Fel, then you will need such a weapon. Go to Menethil Harbor and speak with my dwarven colleague Glorin Steelbrow. If that lost metal can be found, he'll know where to look.
All right, we'll do it. Okay. Let's see, what else do we have here? That's the first aid trainer. Nope, that's not what we need. I'm saving my wool at this point because now that we are completely grayed out on wool, now we can start saving the wool up to turn in as part of a rep gain. Alright, Grayson,
May the light protect
teach
you
me.
this day.
So there are no holy moves because I don't have consecration yet. But otherwise, my next rank of consecration would open up. Plate mail comes at 40. So I gain a frost resistance aura. So tack that on there. I guess. Now we have shadow and frost. That's it for defense. And now Blessing of Might going up to 102. That's nice. That's a pretty nice boost. And upgrade to our Seal of the Crusader. That's actually a big part of our rotation. That does 152, or I can burst it for holy damage 84. So that's pretty good.
Be careful.
So actually, I can't really complain about upping my seal or about upping my Blessing of Might. Now it shows here 85, but what does it say in the tooltip? 102. So this is one of the weird things about improving your blessing of might via the talents. The actual buff reflects an 85-point increase, but when you look in your actual stats and you look at the tooltip in the spellbook, it shows the true with talent infused, because we have an extra 20% to our thing. So just don't freak out if you look at if you hover over your actual tooltip. It's not accurate. So for the next 2 levels, as a Ret Paladin, we will be... I don't even know, what do we do? Where's all our stuff? I guess it's not there. For the next 2 levels, we will be devoting to maximizing the improved Seal of the Crusader so that we can open up the Vengeance tier. So in 3 levels, crit will start to have an exponentially greater impact on what we want. Because a point of strength, 46 strength, not sure exactly. I know I checked it on Feral Druid and, well, no. I checked it on our Resto Shaman, I think, and a point of strength gives 2 attack power. Maybe that's unified. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe I checked it on her and I'm actually mixing that up. Here's the courtyard we'll come back to after we finish stockades. Whew. I had a bit of a sneeze. Alright, so this is the library. Yeah, I didn't do my episode. Maybe I'll do it today. I'll try to get in there. But I do have a lore book episode that I wanted to do this week, and I just never did it. Okay, so we're going to turn in an old history book. Ooh, what's that old book you have there? Can I see it?
Oh my, this book hasn't rested on these shelves since before the rebuilding of Stormwind years ago. It will have to be restored, of course, it's in bad shape. But I would be honored to place it within our rare books collection. Thank you, madam. Please accept this as payment for returning the book. Earning the adventure.
Now he opens up a quest called South Shore. I have actually not completed that chain. I'm about to start working on it right now. I'll talk about my South Shore. I have some very interesting South Shore related quest, just yeoman's work I've been putting in, working like a dog, trying to figure out some long time mysteries. And I believe I have cracked a 20-year-old cold case in the World of Warcraft universe. I think I just slayed it. I ate and left no crumbs in that piece. So, I'll get into that in a mo here. So now what I'm going to do, we've turned in those couple quests, and I have not forgot the spreadsheet. Right now I'm kind of waiting for some of the things like the spreadsheet until we get on a flight path. So, the math almost works out about even if you fly, because we have to go to Menethil Harbor now, right? Am I right? Am I right? Because the doomed fleet, yeah, he wants you to go to Menethil Harbor. Well, if we were to fly from here to Menethil, we'd fly through Ironforge. And it's about the same amount of time as taking the tram, if not a little bit more. Money doesn't really factor too much. Maybe a little bit, because I'm not sure about how the equation is calculated for flight paths. I know it's based on level of the zone you go to, but I don't know if it's like also versus the level of the starting zone. Maybe like differences in the two. I'm not sure. All right, so first let's play with the spreadsheet some. We just completed Seeking Wisdom. That is right. And an old history book. We also completed that. And we picked up... So I've got to go back over to Duskwood. We picked up... Bam, that's done. Boom, and we picked up a doomed fleet. Alright, so that's the spreadsheet taken care of. Aw, I think I might have missed my drop-off. I don't know. Hard to say. I think I did. It looks like I'm already going back. I feel like I didn't spend that much time on the spreadsheets, man. Maybe not. This might be Ironforge. I can't tell. Please be Ironforge. Yes. That South Shore questline. I mean, maybe I'll remember to talk about it more tomorrow, but I don't freaking know. I don't remember what it's about. I've looked it up though, and it has. It's not even a Hillsbred. I think it's more of an Alterac Mountain chain. We can look that up when we're on the flight as well, but I felt like while we're here, we might as well fly out from here because we can... I remembered we did get a pretty decent amount of ore, so we can work on that. I don't want the mace. I do... No, I don't have some leather. I mean, I might have a couple pieces. Those are all meh. Now, I do have some silver. If I want to make some coarse grinding stones, I can do 3. I just need 1 piece, actually. So let's see, what kind of grinding stones can I make in my life? I can make 8, that's good. The rough grinding stone, nobody cares about that. I can make some heavy grinding stones too, get that out of the old inventory. So I felt like, yeah, why not stop in here? Ironforge is the place to be until you get to 225, and then I don't know who you have to go to after that, because I have not taken an Alliance Blacksmith in Classic up that far. Okay, and then we can do 3 heavy stones as well, but we had already smelted our ore on the last episode. Yeah. So then I just felt like we would fly from here. I think overall it'll be a little better.
Oh, greetings, person.
Hey, what's up, bud?
You're good.
Don't know what I'm doing, just, you know, chilling. Alright, so let's build... Are my gauntlets better than that? Let's check that first of all. 118, 4.5 versus... I mean, that's actually technically a pinch better. And it just takes 2 extra bronze. 4 strength, 4 stamina, 4 spirit. I would lose a stamina and a spirit to gain 4 strength. Well, yeah, I actually kind of want that. So this is what's known as kind of... It's not really even a side grade. Side grade, I think, is when everything is chill and you're really just... Okay. And you're really just like,
What can I do
maybe
for you?
trading strength for agility because agility is slightly better, kind of deal.
A fast learner is what ye are, and a good smith
Where's
to
the
boot.
artisan?
I would sign off on
There
your
he
work
is.
any day of the week, but I sent
All right, so now we can make green iron
Go
leggings.
talk to Benger's Deepforge. He's
Why?
a hard taskmaster, but he's also one of the best.
Okay, so now we
I hope
have
you didn't come all the way
reasons
to the Great Forge just
to
to
make
stay warm. Speak up, lass.
these
Tell me
pants.
what it is I can do for you.
Well, what are these pants? 176. 8 strength, 8 stamina. Okay, so this is altogether about the same. The stat distribution is a little bit worse than I want. I would gain 3 points in armor, but I've reinforced this armor. I would actually lose armor overall, so it's not an upgrade for me. Alright, so with these boots, with these silver, I can make a little bit more bronze boots. We need more silver. That's what we need, find more silver out in the wild. Because I can only make those green iron leggings. They're not doing me a lot of favors. Now, I can just crank... No, I can't even crank the bracers out. I mean, sure, I can make 1 pattern bronze bracer with my remaining things, and then it's... I didn't even get a point from that. Then it's just a matter of blasting through these. Dang it! I'm gonna build this cuirass just to get that bronze out of my bag, because now we can. If I can get, please give me a point, because now I can at least get the next tier. If I buy a green dye from this guy.
What's on your mind?
They don't even sell green dye, you stinking piece of garbage. That is annoying. So now I've got to go find a dye salesperson, which is a trade good or a tailor. So I got to find a shop like that. That's cooking. That's the arcane stuff. Physician, don't know what that is. I'd love Ironforge because of there's maybe Burbook supplies, but my guess is that's probably more like bags. That clothier, there you go, they're gonna have it. Alright, so I'm not gonna equip this even once I build it.
Welcome.
Give me a green dye. Give it to me!
Off with it.
Alright, so now we're beginning our journey as an ironmonger. We are going to be working on exclusively iron, probably. Well, not exclusively, but because the bronze does work for us, so we can look for bronze, especially because we're not working zones yet where iron is just all over the place. I don't even know when that happens. I'm trying to think, because even when you're in like 1,000 Needles, which is a few zones away from us, we're still bronze. So we'll probably just stay the course and keep doing what we're doing. At least we still have some bronze things that are orange. So we'll see what happens when this ticks us up to the next tier. Hopefully we get a little bit more recipes that involve iron. Okay, so now we still can use the gauntlets. Also, golden skeleton keys still in there.
I hope you didn't come all the way to the Great Forge.
We got nothing out of it either. Not till we get to
Speak up, lass.
180.
Tell me what it is I can do for you.
Really?
I hope you didn't come all the way to the Great Forge.
No, that says
just to stay
165.
warm. Speak
I thought it
up,
said
lass.
180.
Tell me what it is I can do for you.
Alright, so for 5 more levels, we're just stuck in poop land.
Great to meet you.
Let's sell some of this junk. Bam, 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 bam. Don't want that mutton chops. Don't care about the rough stone. Just get all this crap away from me. I forgot that I have these keys. Probably use those sometimes. Do I need gooey spider legs? I don't need those actually either. I have not better. I'll sell this one extra because I don't use the healing mana potions that much. I 100% forgot about that oil. Fish lure oil too. Spider silk. That can probably go in the bag. Alright, what's gooey spider legs doing for me? I think that was part of the Red Ridge goulash. No, that's crisp. Gooey spider cake. Ooh, I can make one of those.
Off with you.
Alright, while I'm here, I mean, why not, you know? The kettle is right around here. The Brawden's kitchen. Even though this is only going to give me a maybe chance at 1 point. I went the wrong way, maybe? There it is. Alright, so we're done screwing around. Stop screwing around. We have to fish, too. We are behind on fishing. We got to do that on this episode. Sorry, guys. We have to do 10 points of fishing. Oh, my goodness.
Of Gadget-san is a master of the culinary arts.
You
To
stinker.
better yourself, you will need to seek him out.
Give me a hot spice, bro.
See you soon.
So somehow, I don't know who I found. Oh, you know what? I bet you it was the guy in 1,000 Needles. I was going to say, somehow I found... Ooh, look at this. A hardened iron short sword. Okay. Gotta do that. I don't want this gooey spider cake. That's disgusting. I did gain a point of cooking from it. I object to that on grounds of disgusting. I would never eat a gooey spider cake. Never. Nothing you can do to make me. Seriously though? Freaking gross. Can you imagine eating a gooey spider cake? Come on. Alright, I'm gonna look at that. We gotta get on the flight path. We got work to do. We're gonna fish when we're in Menethil. Because I think that's probably a good spot for us.
Dwarves might have fast
And
steeds, but can those airy pink
maybe-
griffins stand the heat of the Great Forge? I
Maybe
think
it
not.
will. Maybe it will also. There'll be a place we can buy like some worms or something. All right, let's check this hardened iron short sword and see. And then that requires. First of all, it doesn't. I don't care about it. Oh my gosh, we're never gonna use it because first of all, it's a tank sword. Second of all, it requires a buttload of materials, which I don't care about. If I was going to use all that, just let me do the leggings instead. And we will still keep cranking out bronze. Hopefully we can find silver. Because the bronze will give us coarse stones anyway, so we can use bracers as well. But yeah, we're kind of in a mid-zone where we can start iron, but we're still kind of working on bronze, so... Alright, so why are we going there to wrap up from a lore perspective? Well, Sven is mad because of Morbent Fel here. Down in Duskwood. So we talked to Sven, there's been evil, the Dark Riders are coming, he thinks they're tied to Morbent Fel, he's the guy who lives over here. But he thinks this evil wizard, warlock, whatever, is so powerful, necromancer. That's probably the necromancer to the east he was talking about. This guy, because he talks about necromancer to the east, I think he's talking, now I realize he's talking about Morbent Fel. I was like, maybe he's talking about someone in Deadwind Pass and Karazhan. Yeah, then I was like, oh no, he's probably talking about the Hermit. No, now I truly realize he's talking about Morbent Fel. That's where the Musquash route is, down there, the other half of this quest, but we're not going to do that. We don't even have the tier to level yet. Because every time we went there yesterday, if you watched yesterday's episode, we were... someone had just cleared it. It was just popping off yesterday. It was like Saturday morning cartoons in Duskwood. Alright, so let's talk to this person. For the Doomed Fleet.
Lightforge Iron is a precious metal.
It's kind of cool that we're getting
like
Lightforge.
Your quest is a dire one. You've come a long way, sister. With luck, you might just find what you seek. And if you do get the iron, I know who can fashion it into a weapon against this necromancer you speak of in Duskwood. The shipwrecks off the shore here are the doomed Third Fleet of Kultiras, burned and sunk by red dragons during the last Great War. The fleet hailed from Lord Eron, but one ship, an elvish destroyer, Flying Osprey, was with it. It was shipping a load of Lightforge Iron, and joined the Third Fleet for protection. Ironic that it sunk to the same dragons. Enough history. The Flying Osprey is wrecked to the south of Menethil Harbour. If you find the Lightforge Iron there, bring it to me.
Okay, so Doom Fleet we finished, and we picked up Lightforge Iron. Cool for us. Actually, a lot of quests in Duskwood. So Doom Fleet done, and we picked up Lightforge Iron. Of course, this is a little bit of a chain. We still haven't done Juice Delivery, Totem of Infliction, Ghoulish, yeah, but we will. I don't come heck or high water. We're finishing this quest chain today, even with my side ramblings here, messing around where I'm gonna be, where we'll be fishing and all this other stuff. Despite all of that, I think there's a fisherman somewhere on the shore, and I kind of want to buy some worms. One of these guys is a fisherman. That is a person with a quest. Where is the fisher? There he is. Stuart Fleming.
Light be with you.
We don't have cooking skills enough for that, buddy. But night crawlers are sufficient to the task. We'll just buy one of them. 10 minutes should be enough. And oops,
I can't use that.
I don't know why. Put it on your fishing pole. Okay, so we need 10 points of fishing. 10 points of fishing is going to probably... The higher you get, the longer it takes. So it takes approximately 6 casts per point, so we need about 60 casts. It takes approximately 20 seconds to fish. So 60, so divide by 3, so 20 minutes. It could take as much as 20 minutes to fish this up. Which, that sounds boring. That's why I like to do it in increments of 5 instead of increments of 10. Also, we're a little lower, so maybe we'll be below that 6-point threshold. It also depends where you're fishing at. Wetlands, Menethil Harbor is probably an appropriate level place to be level 160. I mean, going for fishing 160. I think it's a good zone for it. I think fishing in freshwater places is usually a little bit more tied to the level of the zone than fishing in the ocean. Okay, so that only took us 4 to get our first point, so that's good. If we're on a 4 path, then we're doing much better, because then we're talking more like 10, 12 minutes. But we shall see. Okay, while we fish here, this is actually a better opportunity for the story. So I'm going to give you a lore master's story. This is a tale of... It's probably one of the most exciting things that I have pursued in my questing experience in Classic, or questing in general. That one only took 3, so that's good. So basically, Wowhead is the Bible, you know, for questing. It's not the end-all be-all. It does possess flaws. I believe it's the database on which Wowhead is, on which Questy is based. Although there are some discrepancies, so it's not, I've talked about this on previous episodes, it doesn't just cut, like, wholesale pull its data from Wowhead. But somewhere, somehow, whether Wowhead researchers pull from the data strings that Questy draws from the code, or vice versa, people that code for Questy make their updates piece by piece and research on Wowhead, I'm not sure, but they're not a carbon copy of each other. In some ways, Questy's more accurate. In many ways, Wowhead is more accurate. Anyhow, Wowhead is a pretty dang good resource, and World of Warcraft is probably one of the only video games I can think of where it is so big, so in-depth, that you would either need someone holding your hand, I've talked about this on previous episodes, or you would need a resource like Wowhead to help you complete or learn anything in the game. I mean, it might be as simple, even right now I currently use it, like it might be as simple as, how am I going to get to Searing Gorge? I just did a quest where I needed to get to Searing Gorge on the dry run, because I did the level 40 Amber whatever quest in Westfall, which we'll do soonish, well, in 10 levels or so, for this Paladin. But I was like, I don't even know how to get to Searing Gorge right now. And I was like, I assume I would go through Badlands, which is how I ended up getting there. Anyway. So there's a lot of things that you would use that for. Well, questing is probably the biggest one. A lot of the times, questing will just have information, but even if you hold shift and it shows you the text, it shows you a lot of the times what are the next steps in the chain, it does kind of get stuck. So let's say, like, the one I just hovered over, that James Hygel. Where's that? So the way that Wowhead codes a chain is similar to the way Questy codes it, where if one quest being completed unlocks another quest, Wowhead will mention that often. Not every time. Questy will never mention it. Questy can only give you the actual chains that are going to come. So all of that is to kind of offer a preview for, first of all, how important it is to work on these databases, and how people link their Battle.net accounts to Wowhead, and then they do God's work. They do the research, and they'll come and do the posts. The comments are more useful than the quest text usually. Probably more often than not, I'm scrolling down into the comments to see what's read. So, there's a quest in Hillsbrad Foothills. It is an Alliance-only quest here. You look right here. It's called Assassin's Contract. And it is found on the Shadowy Assassin. It says, bring the Assassin's Contract to Magistrate Maleb in South Shore. and it does lead to another chain, a level 40 quest, 17 silver. Now, what's the point of it? Maybe a little bit of lore, a little bit of XP, a little bit of silver. Nothing worthwhile. Nothing worth the stress that it causes. So, because of that, the casual quester, as most people are, people that aren't insane like me, will just finish this zone, never having encountered it. Or maybe they did luckily encounter it. It doesn't really matter. And they just move on with their life. And if they encountered it and they're casual, they don't care. They're not going on the Wowhead. Now, where it starts to get into the weeds is the completionists. Now, there are many completionists out there. And when the completionists start pursuing this quest, is where the problem comes into play. Because now, completionists, they're going on the Wowhead. They can't finish the quest. So, there's no consensus. I can't think of another quest like this. I'm sure it exists, but there is no consensus on Wowhead, on Wowpedia, on the Blizzard forums, even to this day. As recently as a couple months ago, people are still posting. So 20 years almost into this game, there is no consensus about how or why that quest spawns. There are pages and pages of content, and every person that endeavors to figure it out just contributes to the overall static noise in the quest. So basically what happens is something causes the town crier in the town to shout that there are assassins, and then he is killed. Then somewhere else in the town, some stealth assassins will momentarily spawn and quickly be killed by the town guards. Later on, a farmer will repeat that process in a different part of town, and later on after that, more assassins will spawn without anyone warning, no NPC noticing. Each time, additional guards will have spawned. They will quickly take care of the assassins. They don't pose any threat to the town. You have to hightail it. If you want a chance of completing the quest, you need to be in town when this happens, kill the guards before they can, do more damage so that you get the credit for the kill tag. I have encountered this one other time, but when I walked out and it was going down, I hit it, I hit the guards, I started doing damage. I did not out-damage the guards, so I didn't get the kill credit, so I couldn't loot the body on the only other time I organically encountered this quest. Which began my research, and I realized, oh man, this is crazy. So part of the confusion lies in the fact that if you happen to be there, when this just organically, naturally, randomly happens, seemingly randomly, you can kill these guards and loot the quest. No prerequisites needed. There's no prerequisites needed to pick up the quest and complete the quest chain. So that's layer one to contributing to the confusion, because half the people that have completed this quest, they were just in town when it happened. They got the quest. Some of them had never even quested in the zone at all, or they have all kinds of random levels of things done. Sometimes it's happened right after Horde has completed the quest. Then people have noticed different things. They've noticed the guard the town crier that runs into the town and gets assassinated. They've noticed the farmer patrolling and being in a certain position every time before he cries out. And that's not wrong either. So people have picked up pieces of it, but the actual quest of the text talks about these assassins are coming to town. They have a contract that's been put out. And meanwhile, you have all these quests in the zone that are tied to killing the Syndicate or Syndicate assassins. It just felt to me not random. Because also, if it's 100% random, well, then we can look at a timer. A modulo-based timer could be, if it wants to be complex. Someone kind of tongue-in-cheek, one of my favorite comments on Wowhead, because I've researched this for hours in various different moments in my life. This is one of my favorite research holes to dive down when I'm individually by myself playing and I'm on flight path. So one of my favorite ones talks about, well, it's maybe it's based on a timer on a server reset, and it's modulo, and it's like X modulo Y or Y modulo X, and Y is the hour and X is in modulo minutes or some crap like that. Something ridiculous. And then they say and then they proceed to say, it sounds almost like Indiana Jones Temple of Doom, but what I really think it is there was an old show on Nickelodeon called like Legend of the Lost Temple or something, and it was like a game show for kids. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. If you're my age, I watched the heck out of that show. Anyway, I believe what's actually being described is that episode from the show. All of the different things you have to do. Alright, so we have to go now to this crashed boat. That's step one. That's what I'm doing. There's something here. We don't really need to kill very much. I will kill, but kill a couple bluegills, but I don't want to kill too many. I just want that waterlogged chest. Okay, so another part of what makes it so fascinating also is that no one knows for sure. Because there are so many variables. Let's read this quest. This chest is waterlogged and its siding broken. Many claw marks mar both the inside and outside of the chest, as if Murlocs have searched through it and stolen its treasure. But tucked deep within the chest is a single Lightforge ingot. Unfortunately, many more will be needed if enough metal to fashion a weapon is to be gained. The Lost Ingots. Having grabbed the single Lightforge ingot from the waterlogged chest, it's clear that Murlocs have stolen the rest. Hunt the raiders near the flying Osprey wreckage for the lost Lightforge Iron. Okay, so we just did Lightforge Iron, and now we're picking up the Lost Ingots in this chain. This is just a nice kill a couple Murlocs and you get drop off them. Interestingly enough, this is one of the few quests in the game where you get a precursor that allows you to start with one of your count. Instead of saying you need 4 more or whatever, it gives you 1 and says you need a total of 5. So just an interesting little asterisk footnote. Very rare that happens in the game. Okay, so my theory was there's got to be a triggering event. There has to be. Because otherwise, the community is very good. They would have determined, people would have found out the timer. Oh, that was a big stack of bids. People would have found that timer out by now. It would have happened. So, also, if there was a set quest behind it, like you have to complete this one quest, then this thing happens. I think people would have figured that out too. Now, most people, there is a common consensus that one particular quest called Noble Deaths or something like that is the quest that you want to go to. If you look at the map, there is a quest called, might not even be available to me. I think you have to complete a few other quests first. There's a quest called Noble Deaths that you can complete. It's an Alterac Mountains quest. So there is at least enough to be statistically significant to that there's a connection of people saying Noble Deaths is the prereq. I did Noble Deaths, but then there's also lots of chatter that says, no, that's not true. I did Noble Deaths and this never happened. So I think there's a few things going on here. So this was my theory, and I've tested it, and it worked. Now the real rigor behind it will come by replicating the experiment, which we will do on this show with Glee Contessa here when we get to ready to do Alterac Mountains, because it is an Alterac Mountains level quest. So we have some time, but I feel pretty dang confident.
It's too far away.
So basically, you know the way that I play the game. When I do it on my own, I play it even crazier. So I complete every quest in order, and especially solo, I do it one by one, I do everything needed. Finally got our second ingot. The drop rate's not very good. So I believe all of the Assassin's quests are required leading up to it. The Syndicate Assassins, or... yeah, I think the first one's called Syndicate Assassins. And then there's a foreboding letter and an encrypted letter or something like that. Then you have to go to Ironforge and turn in a translation of the letter. So I think all of those things, it's about 5-ish quests. I believe that those are prereqs, which would explain why some people don't trigger the quest. So that's step one. But they're not hard to do. It's just a simple chain, but I think that you have to go take care of that. Second, I do truly believe there is a timer built into the quest. Possibly, and I hope not, but possibly one as stringent as like a Nefarian head timer. Like, there's a cooldown, right, when you complete the raid of Onyxia or whatever it is, where you then can't, no one in the realm can turn in that head again. So that means Blizzard is not averse to this concept of making it to where there can be quests that then lock out the rest of the world from completing the quest. Now, the reason why I think of this, I think this is true, is because of the timer. So when someone completes this quest, oh, he's netted me right underneath the water. When someone completes this test, it then starts a timer. So by this quest, so you complete that chain, which I think is part of the prereqs. Then I think you have to complete the Noble Deaths quest. So when you complete the Noble Deaths quest, I believe that's what triggers the potentiality of the event
I need to get closer.
coming underway. Now, the event itself will then happen for me it happened 11 minutes after I spawned it. After I turned in the quest. So I think it's in the 10 to 15 minute range. Right there, that's gonna screw a lot of people up. Because how many people are sitting in town for 10 to 11 minutes after turning in a quest? Well, sure, it might happen. But it also it's creating more variability is what it's doing. Yes, it might happen. Yes, you might have people intentionally doing it. But you are creating a situation where you're going to lose a lot of people. Then you have people turning in that maybe don't know or don't care that this other quest exists, who are now triggering a wave cycle of assassins. Other people have no idea what the connection is. It's just, to them, random. So that's adding to the overall narrative of randomness. The other thing that makes this one particularly pernicious is first of all, when the first wave comes, the guy shouts, he's killed, but the assassins actually spawn behind the town, where, and they're originally in stealth. Now, you can go make a run for it and go get them, which is what I did. But if you don't also already know they're spawning and hiding behind the magistrate's building, you might miss the entire event that way. Second, what's even worse is I don't think it spawns just one thing. I think it spawns rolling waves, 3 to 4 waves of this of pairs of assassins coming, and I think each one happens 10 to 15 minutes apart. And I tested this theory, and again, round 1, it worked. So then, now you have basically for the next 45 minutes to an hour, you have assassins randomly spawning, feeding the narrative that this entire event is just random. Because now you've completed the quest an hour ago, and now assassins spawn, and they spawn in different spots each time. And sometimes NPCs are triggered and involved, and sometimes they're not. So now the whole thing is one scripted event happening over and over, you know, like, I think if you waited an entire hour, but who's going to do that? Also, once you've completed the quest, what's your... I don't think anyone's replicated this. Now, not that many people are as crazy as me, though, where they're going to be doing a completionist run on multiple characters. So I think we are uniquely... we are uniquely equipped to do this on camera, and I'm super stoked. Like, seriously, the nerdy lore completionist part of me has a rager right now, because the opportunity to solve a lore questing mystery that's 20 years old, and we can capture this on camera. I think I've solved it, and now I put a post on Wowhead under GleeCon that explains my methodology. So in the meantime, if someone gets there before I do and completes those steps, it wouldn't take you that long to complete the steps. You know, a couple hours at most. Then we'll be in good shape. Or, I mean, we could confirm it that way. I will make a separate post when and if I've had time to confirm. Jeez, the drop rate is so bad on these ingots. We only have... And you're fighting underwater, which is just another added wrinkle of annoyance. We only have 3 out of the 5 so far, which means we've only found 2. Fight a couple of them above water now. It seems like we're going slow on this episode, but it'll all... Once we get back into Duskwood proper, it'll speed up a little bit. We really don't have a ton left to do. When we do a short flight back from Stormwind to Duskwood, we'll take a peek at what we need. Guys, at least to give us XP. Can't complain about that. Come on, girl. I don't know if we were just having bad RNG or if the drop rate just is this bad. I kind of think it's pretty bad. So anyway, that's my... So when I completed it, I sat there and did the event. Okay, we got our 4th one. We need one more. 11 minutes in, it spawned. I went behind, I killed the guys, I got the quest. And then I sat in town typing. And that's how the second wave I tested. As I was typing out what I did, the second wave came with the farmer. And then as I continued to sit there and type, a 3rd wave came. And there might have been a 4th wave. I don't know. I think I went AFK. That was the last thing. My wife was wanting to hang out, and when Milady is here, I typically try to, by around 9:30 p.m. I try to, that's kind of like our unspoken rule, is that we have some protected time every day. So regardless of what's going on I mean, it's not a hard and fast rule, but come that time of day, we will both try to wrap up whatever we're doing, and we spend the rest of the day together. So, of course, we see each other throughout the day, most days when work's not stopping it. But I believe that's one of... I mean, and you can absolutely have a successful marriage and relationship without doing that. I just think it's one of the keys to our success, is that we make sure every day that we have some protected time. Now, she works 3 nights a week, so I think that also... I don't know that she believes this, I'm not sure, but I think that also contributes to it. I think that people need a little bit of time to also deviate and have their own kind of freedom. Some people get that by going on fishing trips with the boys or whatever. Like, we don't do anything like that. We don't take long, extended trips or anything away from each other. Or like, I don't go out to the bar with guys after work or anything like that. Like, that's not how we do it. But we do get... I do like have my sessions where I make night episodes with you guys. Like, that's more how that's accomplished. She has her days during the day, especially when it's not the days that I'm working, where she just has the house to herself. It's just her and the dog, and we're all at work and school and everything. And it's been that way for 20 years almost, so I think that's part of the cocktail. But yeah, even if we're going to watch shows or something, or read books, or whatever it is, we do it together. Hot dang, like, I just can't. This drop rates, this is, honestly, I did not expect the Lightforge part, this to take more time than our fishing and my entire giant long story. So anyway, yeah, go ahead and try that if you're interested in being a completionist. Give that a hoot, and you can add it on there and tell me in the comments if anybody does, for real, if anyone has listened this far and legitimately like makes a stab at replicating the things I just said because they want to complete the quest, and that's as good as a shot of anything, and you can replicate those events. Let me know. Put it in the comments, please. A lot of the times I say, hey, let me know in the comments, blah blah blah, and not really addressed, but because it's not really an important issue and something nobody cares about. This is something I actually care about. So if you can replicate this and add to the like science behind it, add to our observation research-based evidence as scientists of World of Warcraft, and we can add more data points, because even if I corroborate it by replicating the experiment one time, that's still only 2 data points. That's not very rigorous. I feel like it will be pretty strong, though, if I can replicate it by going through those exact motions. Find the freaking lead. Jeez Louise. Alright, so we now have all the Lightforge Ingots. Okay, so if we look back at our spreadsheet now, it's going to be coming. So juice delivery, we're going to go give Homeboy some juice. We have the juice for him, and we're going to be turning that in. He will then, I think, also give us a zombie quest. So the next thing we have to do, in the last real grindy quest we have to do, is killing the 20 plague spreaders among other zombies. That we've got to do. Then if we go turn that stuff in, I think we come back here, there's maybe a couple quests about him taunting and saying... This is another... It's also tied into this. So this is another part of my research. It actually all comes together nicely. I'll talk about the Duskwood tie into this level of research in a minute.
What's on your mind?
Did you find the Lightforge Iron you need?
Ah, you found them. Now let's get this Lightforge Iron hammered into something useful, eh? There is a dwarven weaponsmith in the dwarven district of Stormwind who can craft with Lightforge Iron. His name is Ello. I've packed the iron you found into a crate. Take it to Grimmond and tell him your tale. I'm sure he'll oblige someone on a quest such as yours and craft for you a weapon. A weapon to give even Morbent Fel worry.
Off with you.
Okay, so luckily for us, we can at least hearth back to Stormwind. We have this crate of Lightforge Ingots that we'll do the spreadsheet in a moment. In a mo. And when we fly back to Duskwood, I mean, it's almost going to be quicker to walk. Almost. Because, no. Oh, yeah. Because if we walk right south, we'll be right there. It really just depends. I think we need to go here. We don't need anything over there right now. So, would it be quicker to walk down Stormwind and just cross this river? Or, yeah, that I think actually would be quicker than flying here and then walking around. It's gonna be a wash. It's gonna be pretty dang close. Alright, we're gonna go do the blessed arm, but we'll do it in just a second. Small dad clutch. Okay, so connection. In my research, people did also point out that Blizzard has a propensity at times to create these scripted events on delay that also lock out. So I mentioned the Onyxia head drop. So when that happens, there's a cooldown, which has put in place a hard and fast cooldown so that people couldn't just don't turn that in and spam it and then it complete. I don't know why. I don't really know why that one has a cooldown, because who cares? I guess part of it's tied into the fact that when you turn that head in, the head actually appears in Orgrimmar and just sits there. And so it's not going to be fair to take someone's glory away.
What can I... If you've come looking for the finest craftsmanship on this or any other continent in the world, then you've come to the right place.
How might I
Grim
claim
and
my
Elmore
craft for you?
At your service.
Paladin.
That is quite a tale you have. And Lightforge Iron. Not for years have I worked with such a metal.
Oh,
It
look,
will
I
be
just
an
got
honor
it.
to
Speaking
craft
of,
with it again.
just got the Dragon
You must
Slayer.
return to me later with the story of your battle against the Necromancer. But we get ahead of ourselves. First, your weapon against Morbent Fel. Here is the weapon against the fiend of which you spoke. You're all ready, adventurer. Best of luck to you, and I look forward to your tale of glory.
Alright, so he's given us this weapon. It is an offhand weapon. It removes the protective enchantments of Morbent Fel. Especially if you're going to solo him, it's pretty much a requirement. We will have to put that in there. Unfortunately, it's kind of weird. It won't make us switch out of our weapon mid-combat. A little bit annoying. So I think we'll run down there. Yeah, so basically another person pointed out, yeah, they do the same scripting event. See, I always wondered, was there a tie between Stitches going to attack Darkshire and completing the Morbent Fel questline? Because, I mean, Stitches happens all the freaking time, so I just felt like it's so common, it's such a common event. I don't think it's tied. That was my theory. Like, I just don't think it is. Even though I just wanted to sell and repair. Even though it really appears like it would. Just check, make sure I don't have any. Oh, I need to get all the tangy clams. And Murloc fin soup. Everything else can go. Murloc fin, yes. All these fish, I don't care. That's from our fishing. But yeah, we need to cook all of those. So I got a
Light vessel.
cooking trainer one. I think it's actually, maybe there's a trade supply person. We don't need the actual cooking trainer. We just need somebody that sells trade supplies. And maybe there's one in right here. Wanted to jump over that, but it seems like I can't. So anyway, I just thought that, but somebody pointed out, like, no, it's based on turning in the quest line. Then there's a delay. Then it starts the event that causes Stitches to attack town. But so that it's not a constant or overlapping or resetting itself, there's also a lockout delay, which makes sense. So,
Kings on best deals in all of Stormwind, my friend. Won't find any better. Now, what can I help you with?
Hot spices. I need 6 hot spices for that, and then 14 more. So I need 20 hot spices. Okay, and now I need a fire.
Farewell.
A lot of the times people set up a fire right in front of the bank. I know I'm wasting my rallying cry, but I don't care. Or at least there's a inn right here. What? There's no food? There's no fire in this inn? What kind of inn is... Oh, maybe there's a fireplace upstairs. Don't give up yet. Don't give up yet, Bleak and Tessa. No. This inn sucks. Even though it's very convenient. So then that also helped me think, like, you know what? I bet you there is this whole combined delay, lockout, blobbity blue thing. Where can I find another piece of fire? I mean, I guess I could build a fire. People do it all the time. I just hate paying to build a fire. Small Dad. Somebody mentioned Small Dad was doing... I see. Small Dad Clutch. He's the person that must have did the drop. Oh, you know what? As I go through Goldshire, as I work my way to the south, I can get it that way. Okay, so actually I don't even want to go to Goldshire, but you know, Sven has a fire at his little camp. We use Sven's fire. Yeah, so I really, that also got me thinking about this whole events that are triggered by the completion of quest lines. That one's a little more straightforward though, because the Abercrombie hermit thing, that's a straight up quest line. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That is a quest line. You have to complete said quest line. There is no variables. Whereas I think with the Syndicate Assassin one, the variables are what throw everything off. Because you have to, I think you have to complete those other quests first. I think you have to, one of them involves going to Ironforge, which, if that was, if let's say that was the last one and then you don't make it back to South Shore in 10 minutes, you might miss your waves. I think the 10 to 15 minute timer is so long. Also, it's vague. I think the whole vagueness of it is deceiving as well. All right, so I think I should have definitely we've already gone over an hour. Now I've kind of been taking my time here. We haven't been much over an hour, but that does make me feel like we were right, because we're not even close to finishing. So that does make me feel like we were right to bring this as another episode. And now today's episode might run long because we are finishing this zone today. I just underestimated it when I thought I could do it in 3. I mean, we got Red Ridge Mountains done in 3, but that just goes to show that Duskwood's more involved. So we're going to turn in... Oh, you know what? That's what I need to be doing. This chain. Okay, so we have the Lost Ingots, the Blessed Arm, and... Armed and Ready is the quest I'm on right now, which I'm going to go turn in. So, bam, bam, bam. Bam, 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 bam. And we're about to go turn that in. Alright, so I need to cross this. Don't care about the copper vein. So then what's left in our overall chain? Yes, the juice delivery, which we're going to turn in right now. Totem of Infliction, we're still waiting on the zombies. He's going to give us Ghoulish Effigy. Night Watch Step 3 is the zombies also. I think he gives us Ogre Thieves. Yes, he does. So that's going to influence too, because I think we actually have to kill. So we should have saved the. I wasn't sure. I thought there was maybe. Well, that was a maybe. In terms of whether we should have saved that Looking Glass Ogre thing. Thought there was a second quest, and there was. So we should have saved that Look to the Stars finale part. Alright, we're going to cook some Murloc fin soup up, which is... Oh, that's Red Ridge Goulash. This is good because it gives us more. That's a 6. And then Goblin Deviled Clams. Oh, that's also a 6. So they're all the same thing. That's what. That's one of the things that's kind of boring about classic thing is that there's just no variability. Like you are getting health, stamina, and spirit off of 90+% of recipes, and all you're really looking is what's the rank. This is +6. It goes by 2s. You know, you start with 2, 4, 6, 8, blah blah blah. I like this though. This is a good boost to our cooking. So those Murlocs did give us a little bit of goodness here. Okay, he's going to give us the final thing in the chain, I believe, or maybe not the final, but next part in the chain. Bolari. Yeah, level 32 was a completely lame level for a paladin. We could freaking skip that one. Good for us.
Need help?
Hello. Hello, Gleecontessa. You haven't been gone that long, but I see a fire in your eyes I did not see before.
Ah, this will be proof against the fiend Morbent Fel. Well done. You are ready. Morbent Fel will fall. Morbent Fel hides in his lair, the house perched atop the hill to the east overlooking the Ravenhill Cemetery. His time in this land is drawing to an end. Use Morbent's Bane against him. It will render his protective magics powerless. Slay him, and save us from his wickedness. Be the instrument of my revenge and a hero of Duskwood.
I freaking will. And I'm going to get that juicy helmet. Say less. Alright, so then that's going to open up Morbent Fel. That's not even the quote-unquote hardest or highest level quest in the zone. Alright, now let's go turn in the Hermit's thing. Get the next part. We're not going to go fight Morbent Fel quite yet. Like I said, we're going to cluster the elites together at the end. This is the last real thing, minus the Ogre Thieves. Dang it, I thought to myself, I was like, you know what? I think you have to get a crate, but then I was like, nah, that's the Loch Modan thing where you have to go get the iron crate. Dang it, I was right. So that's going to slow us. I mean, whatever, it's not the end of the world. What's done is done. But we could have saved ourselves a couple minutes, a couple mows. But we're going to do juice delivery right now. Juice delivery. And then we'll kill all the zombies. And then we'll have to go there and back with the with the Ogre Thieves real quick. Then we'll go deliver it all in there. And we'll take the top route where we will also get the Tear of Tuloa and Stalvan, even if we have to wait for the respawn. And then all that will be left at that point, go get those 3 elites all together. The Abercrombie guy, Mor'Ladim, and Morgan Lattimore, and we can solo them. I already know we can. I'm confident. No worries about that. So we will put the broadcast up for help. I need that zombie juice to help me keep me warm on these cold dark nights. Did you get it for me?
1,000 thanks, adventurer. You warm an old man's heart with your with your kindness. Here you are, friend. Take this as a token of my gratitude. I live so far from the protection of town, it's a wonder the ghouls and the walking dead haven't eaten me. In fact, just yesterday, a pack of bone chewers was pounding on the walls of my house. I want to make an effigy, a kind of scarecrow for ghouls. To do that, I need some ghoul ribs. You can get them from flesh eaters, bone chewers, brain eaters, rotted ones, and plague spreaders. Get the ribs for me and I will repay you with some coin.
I don't believe you. You jerk. Okay, so juice delivery is done. Finally. So now it's all ghoul killing time. Also, we have the freaking righteous dragon slayer thing. We're definitely golden. Okay, now to kill 20 plague spreaders. We might have to kill a couple other ghouls in the meantime. This is our main goal, killing these zombies. That's a flesh eater. I don't care about that. We want to focus on the plague spreaders when at all possible. We're going to go deep into this place. There's a plague spreader. Because we need 20 of them. There's another one. That guy's attacking that one. The cool thing is, as a paladin, we can totally get rid of these diseases. That's great. Great. Okay, so we got one ghoul rib. But we did not get a ghoulish effigy. A ghoul fang, I mean. We do need 10 ghoul fangs, so we do have to... Actually, if we, for some reason, didn't get all of the ghoul fangs, we still have that one area that we can go to. At the very... when we go to kill Stalvan. There are all those ghouls. Got him before he killed me. There we go, we got one ghoul fang. And we need 10 ghoul fangs? Oh. Stunned you, you little poop head. He's making me mad. He's making me rude. That's one of, like, the inside jokes of my... I told Bone Chewer, too. That is one of the inside jokes of my house when my youngest son was, like, a toddler. Whatever, 2 years old or something like that. He was bickering with Faith, who is my second oldest daughter. And there's like an 8-year gap between them, but I don't know, they between the two of the siblings, they were always, he never really bickered with any of his siblings, because there was such a big age gap. Like, if there was going to be one, it was him and her. Alright, you know what, I'm gonna eat this last, Red Ridge Goulash. And I'll replace it with these Murloc fin soups. That person just came down there. They're trying to mess with my spot, bro. Should have drank some water. I don't know what I'm doing, just not drinking. But whatever. I don't want help. I don't think they do either. The killing, whatever, but it would give us less XP. And it would make it to where I have less of a chance at ghoul fangs. I want those ghoul fangs. Fine. That's fine. We can tag team it. Now, I'm not worried about this. I've cleared this entire place out. If you come in here at 32, like we are, easy peasy. Yay, we got a third ghoul fang. Okay, I think I might have to stop. I think we might have to slow down. Oops, that was a brain eater, not a plague spreader. So I'm going to give my mana some time to recharge in the heat of battle here. So increased spirit should be okay. There's a plague spreader. So we already have all of the ghoul ribs we needed for old Abercrombie. Now it's just the, I guess, significantly lower drop rate ghoul fang. Alright, so now we're back up over halfway, so I will start doing my combo again. Okay, we've got half of the... Oop, hit the wrong kind again. The only difference between all these zombies, I believe, is they each put a different kind of curse on them. So the Brain Eater, I think it's something about intelligence gathering. We mostly need these... Mostly need plague spreaders. I guess I'm gonna look at the curses. That will be something I do. That's a thing. The worst part about the curses for us is just that for anybody else that can't cure diseases, they are annoying. Because you can get hit with all of them separately. But for us, it's just, it's costing us a little bit of... See, Bone Chewers. So, my guess would be Plague Spreaders. I mean, we'll find out what the actual curse is. We're going to find out real soon. Alright, so... Look, we just got Nightcrawlers. Uh-oh, okay, so now this is time to start. Ow. Okay, so that got a little bit... That got unpleasant. And for some reason, none of them are cursing me. The Bone Chewer is not cursing me. Okay. That didn't get my mana lower than I wanted, though. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Alright, what do we got? We still need 7 Plague Spreaders, and we still need 4 more Ghoul Fangs. This is a Brain Eater. My guess is his will have something to do with intelligence. Plague Mind, I'm gonna let it hit me. So, Plague Mind is your mana is leeched. Oh my gosh, that's a bad one. Hate that. Hate that for us. Brain Eater. Whoa, a rare. Oh, we're going for that bad boy. I'm gonna drink up. Okay. Wandering Plague, physical damage increased by 5, stamina reduced by 3, and a 10% chance to spread the plague when you fight other people. Okay. There's a plague spreading down there. I want this guy. Lord Malathram. Just kind of waiting for my mana to recover a little bit. I don't even really need to recover that much. He's a 31 rare. Okay, let's go for it. So he hit me with a curse. Or a, whatever, a dot. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh. That wasn't even hard. -5 stamina plus 2 intellect. I'm going to go out on a limb and take a guess that that's not an upgrade for me. Do we have any other Plague Spreaders back here? Oh, that. We must have resisted it because it didn't work. Love it. We have 8 Ghoul Fangs, so I think we might be in good shape. Despite us being... I mean, we still have 6. We still have to get, after this guy, 5 more Plague Spreaders. We only need 2 Ghoul Fangs, so pretty good. We have to fight our way out of here. It's a Brain Eater. Alright, so... This is all... This was the last... It's stupid freaking ogres. If I had timed that a little better, I'd be in a little bit better shape here. Yeah, we've pretty much cleared this entire crypt out. Which is good. There's another Plague Spreader. Hey. Cool. And there's another one. So that's good. That means of the 5 we needed, we got 2 right here. Sometimes, I don't know why. There you go. We got 9 too. So we're golden now. Now, worst case scenario, we would have to grind out one Ghoul Fang for the effigy at the end. So, what about that? It's a Brain Eater. That's how we get out. Brain Eater. There's another Plague Spreader. That's a Brain Eater down there. Okay, so after this, we're only going to need 2 more. Love it that we resisted it. 2 more Plague Spreaders. We're doing the Night Watches. That's a Brain Eater, but we gotta kill it to get out. So, It's a bone chewer now that we're going to have to kill to get out. That's why not as worried about the ghoul things, because of all the forced farming we have to do. But it's all XP. We don't have any more rest XP. We've been questing too much with old Gleek and Tessa, but when we do Gleek and Soul, she'll have some nice rested XP saved up. I haven't decided. If we end up having to do any flights, we can decide. Otherwise, I'll have to decide in my own time. Alright, so there's Plague Spreader. We gotta find them. They can appear throughout this graveyard. We just have to find them. So that's it. You just look for... They can, and also, I guess it looks like they can also appear out of here. That might be underground, actually. That's not real. But over here, that is true. There's Mor'Ladim strolling over here, over by his grave. Yeah, so over by his house, he does this. You can get some plague spreaders around, right around here too. There's one. What do I need? How many do we need? 2. So this will only. So that's good. We'll be down to our last one. And we need 1 more Ghoulfang. Got it. Okay, so now we just need a plague spreader. And it's all good in the hood. That's a skeletal raider. That's a brain eater. Just need a plague spreader. There it is. Fantastic. Alright, so we're gonna go turn in the Ghoulish Effigy. And then before we make our run back to town, we're gonna go get the last thing he wants us to do. That's a face that we need to chop off. Okay, so Ghoulish Effigy is the next quest we are going to complete. Bam, bam. And that's going to open up, I think, the Ogre Thieves, which will then lead to note to the mayor, translate Abercrombie's note, wait for Sirra to finish, translation to Ello, all of that quest chain, which is just like a little boop, 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 little step-by-step lore thing. That all happens, which will then take us to Bride of the Embalmer, digging through the dirt, repeatable, all that.
What can I do for you?
I think I hear a pack of ghouls scurrying around the back of the house. I better put up that effigy up quick. Did you get those ghoul ribs for me?
Thanks. These will do just the trick. A few weeks ago, I was picking herbs far from my house, and a band of ogres attacked me. I ran, and I was forced to leave behind a crate of precious tools and herbs.
We might
After
get
they
booted
chased
for a
me
minute,
off,
guys.
The ogres swaggered back to the ogre mound in southern Duskwood. I'm sure
I
my
just had
crate
a
is somewhere near
power
the mound.
power
Please,
surge
adventurer,
probably knocked out my
retrieve
Wi-Fi.
this crate for me, for I miss it sorely.
Yep, I can't actually accept that because my Wi-Fi just got knocked out. That's okay. We will survive this run here. We just have to get... it's just going to take time. It's just going to take a minute for my... Yeah, see, I got disconnected. So we're just going to spam how long that takes. It was just a little power flicker. The weather's not even bad today either, so... We'll just keep giving it moments here to reconnect. It's now doing its reboot. It'll just take... This has actually never happened in the history of the show. I don't think I've ever had power outage, power flicker. I maybe have had a disconnect, but I don't even know if that's happened in the case of this show. If I did, it was like a regular DC. This is the first ever... internet-related surge kind of issue, and I mean it's been a little raining lately, but it's not actively raining right now. I think it's just a fluke. It doesn't turn off the computer because the surge protector's built in, but it will. I wonder if I should. I really thought I had a surge protector. I don't even think it's about the surge protector. I think computers kind of have a built-in, like, I don't know, like a charge of power kind of that will keep it going for a couple seconds at least. that will stop this kind of situation from happening. I think it's something about that. So, what's going on in the world right now, guys? The Olympics. The Olympics just really got underway yesterday. A lot of swimming. Some soccer has been going on. I really do enjoy watching that. I'll probably be putting that on now in the background of my life as soon as this episode is over, as I putter about. My son has his buddies sleeping over. That's a common occurrence. I'm trying to be patient with the modem here, because then sometimes what will happen is I watch it doing its reboot thing, and then I'm like, I'll start to wonder, like, worry, oh, it's not really rebooting. Now the modem needs an official reboot, and hopefully that doesn't happen. I can always cut this, because if I have to do that, then we're going to add another few minutes on, and I can't even look things up on the internet. I was going to say we could look up those level 31 quests, but no, we can't really. Actually, that's that requires internet as well. I mean, I can quit, and a lot of the times you can see right there, internet's out. So I could turn a hotspot on if I had to. A lot of the times I'll just go to a tab and like just click or whatever, and I'll be like, oh. Or I'll do this new stupid thing they have right there where it's like your feed. We finally know who plays Lady Deadpool. And then you can click that, and they'll be like, ah, psych, you can't actually know who plays Lady Deadpool. I could turn on the hotspot. Give it like 2 more minutes. Oh, it looks like we're back in business. Okay, so there we go. All right, sorry for the delay. That's just life, you know. That's what happens from time to time. I'm sure all of you have experienced it. At least it was just when we were accepting a quest, so we were in a safe spot. We weren't in the middle of any kind of fighting. We weren't in the instance content.
A few weeks ago, I was picking herbs far from my house, and a band of ogres attacked me. I ran, and I was forced to leave behind a crate of precious tools and herbs. After they chased me off, the ogres swaggered back to the ogre mound in southern Duskwood. I'm sure my crate is somewhere near the mound. Please, adventurer, retrieve this crate for me, for I miss it sorely.
All right, we will. We'll go there and back. So we have the quest now to kill Morbent Fel and Mor'Ladim's skull. We are ready to turn in the Totem of Infliction and the Night Watch. We also, I think we're ready to get the Mistmantle family ring on the way back in the Tier of Chiloa. So what's really still, what are we waiting on still? Let's take a peek there. Okay, so Totem of Infliction is by far the lowest level quest that we still have. Okay. Then the Night Watch 3 we can turn in. Ogre Thieves, like I said, that whole chain. This Bride of the Embalmer and Digging Through the Dirt, those are tied together. Right. And then... Yep, Legend of Stalvan. And then the Mor'Ladim... Actually, I think Mor'Ladim, that we actually turned in that one. That one's done because we're on Mor'Ladim. All right, so there's just the going back to the chests to get your reward. So it's really, that's it. After we do this one, it's just taking out the 3 elites, which is good because we are about an hour and a half in. Zombie juice, is that like Slurm? Probably more like Surge. Alright, so with killing as minimal ogres as possible, I want to get to that ogre thingy in the middle. That was miraculously, I pulled very few. I pulled none. That's the same dude that was with me before. Alright, so here's Abercrombie's crate. That's all we need. I'll go ahead and buff that person. That's it. Okay, so now we can run out of here. I don't even have to worry about killing ogres, because even if we aggro them, I don't care. That's a silver vein that no one on Earth can loot. We do have to somehow get out of here. Like that. You jerks. Okay, I'm bubbling. Alright, so that was just Ogre Thieves. Go back, turn that in. Once I get out of their little mound. I don't feel bad even about, like, from an experience perspective of not killing them, because we should have coupled that with the Zerkvul one or whatever. Alright, so Ghoulish Effigy was turned in, and followed up with the Ogre Thieves. So, I think I must have already clicked it off. So then, yeah, Ogre Thieves. Excellent. We're going to pick up and turn that one right in, and that one will note to the mayor must be the next one. So I might as well just pre-click that one on there. Alright, awesome. So then we still need to do Legend of Stalvan and Tear of Tiloa. And now we're really on a ticking timer, because I have to pee. So we're gonna see how good we can bust this out. We already kind of had an unnecessary 5-ish minutes because of the stupid power surge. I don't even really care about the copper right now. I guess I should. I'd rather catch up with copper based on... Yeah, we have 7 extra copper. So it's really tin that we need. Cloak of Rot. Trash. Here's a solid chest. Maybe we'll get something interesting in there. I'm really happy we're going to be getting a helmet for Gleek and Tessa. Homegirl's going to be... Oh, look at that. We got some copper whether we wanted it or not. Alright, come on now. And we have plenty of time. We're going to get to keep our buff, our Dragon Slayer thing, through all of this. It's kind of hard for me to take a guess about which of these is the hardest.
Good day to you.
You have my crate? If so, then please give it to me quickly.
Thank thank
the
you,
neck.
adventurer. You have more than earned your reward. Aha!
The necromancer?
Happy nights ahead.
So does that mean he's tied up with
Take
Morbent
this
Fel?
note to Ello Ebonhawk, the mayor of Darkshire. He and I are old friends, and when he reads it and discovers what you did for me, I'm sure he'll be just as happy as I am.
That's probably my favorite questy laugh. In our favorite voiceover, Eliza, beloved wife, may the earth sate your hunger. That is probably one of my favorite voiceover laughs ever. Alright, what's the letter say? Letter to Ello. The letters on this note seem to flicker and dance across the surface. It's impossible to glean meaning for them, so I can't even read the letter that I brought back there. But let's see what we really did. Well, first we got him some ghost thread. He said he wanted, I don't know, make a freaking dream catcher out of it or something like that, but most likely he's using that thread in the creation of a zombie. The second thing he wanted was zombie juice. Okay, he said he just likes his liquor. Could be used as a sort of embalming fluid / blood in the veins of said zombie. The third thing he wanted was a ghoulish effigy. He wanted a bunch of ghoul ribs so he could make a little rib scarecrow. But in reality, he probably used those bones to help make his zombie wife. And finally, he wanted all of his herbs and things from the ogres, and those could just be like magical reagents that he used to help make his wife. So what did we... Oh, actually, he's not making his wife. He's making stitches. So we got a bunch of juices and herbs and bones and Ghost hair thread. There's some tin. All so that we could help him make stitches. That's what we really did. We're an idiot. How many times are you duped? You do so much good in the world of Warcraft. In reality, you're just leaving yourself open to be a dupe. Moral of the story, don't do good, ever. Just be evil and self-serving. Read a bunch of Ayn Rand and just convince yourself all that matters is that you do what pleases you. And there's no point in serving the greater good. It's idiocy. Obviously, there's a ecological, biological, social imperative to do good. It's not like a magical thing that exists, or is it? The Newman. That's a whole other debate between philosophers and religion. That we have a social constructed in desire to do good, to not lie to one another, to not harm one another, to not steal, that is reinforced by society because things would be better for us if we were not lied to or stolen from or hurt or killed. So we try to, we moralize, quote unquote. We create value structures that reinforce the notion that those things should not be done because, from an overall individualistic standpoint, that's actually the best for us if everyone else acted like that. And so we contribute to that overall situation. Whereas religion would take the notion that there is a higher power, there's a deep ingrained naturalness to being good, to being quote unquote good, and not committing sins. And really, I was right there. And people like, I believe, William James wrote books about it, calling this the Newman, that there's this underlying spirituality in the universe, in his view, directly tied to Judeo-Christian gods, and that there's a specific reason why we get these drives, and it's not just self-preservation, that there is actually such a thing as good and evil, that we know it when we feel it in our bones, and we are at our best selves when we are following that. He just freaking gave me the Curse of Stalvan before I go after all of these elites. That is terrible. And I don't have time to kill 10 minutes, but we will kill some minutes in walking around. That's annoying. Alright, but yeah, some of that time, I think it'll be okay. Because we have to kill 3 elites, and all stats being reduced by 5 is annoying. But we have to walk back over to that neck of the woods anyway. We have to turn these quests in first. So, alright, let's see what we got here.
Need something?
The Totem of Infliction first.
Farewell.
Bring to me 10 ghoul fangs, 10 skeleton fingers, and 5 vials of spider venom. For you I shall enchant a Totem of Infliction, which will harm those who attempt violent acts against you.
Very wise of you, adventurer. This Totem of Infliction will help to protect you against the evil which lurks throughout Azeroth and beyond. When you feel threatened, hold this totem and take comfort in its magical aura. Be brave, fair adventurer. You will need all the courage you can muster, for I see much bloodshed in your future.
Yes, Glikintassa?
I know, adventurer. Stalvan is dead. I sensed a wave of hope ripple through the tainted forest. Once and for all, Duskwood is free from his bloodthirst. My
those
joy
are
is
good.
hampered by thoughts of those who fell prey to the horrible beast. Nonetheless, You are a brave and cunning adventurer.
And now we're honored with the Nomergon Exiles. Dope. So Legend of Stalvan has been completed. So we just checked off the Totem of Infliction that's been sitting in our inventory, in our quest log for a billion years. And the Legend of Stalvan has been completed. And we got a Crescent of Forlorn Spirits. So those sad little spirits have now been put to rest. We're going to sell that junk in a minute. Here's the Night Watch.
Need help? On behalf of the people of Darkshire, and as the leader of the Night Watch, I thank you, adventurer, for your bravery and dedication. May the light shine upon your ways.
I don't need a bandolier or that, but whatever.
See you around.
I will take that too. Okay, so now we've also completed the final part of the Night Watch. Oh my gosh, that was our lowest remaining quest there. Okay, also that bag might be better than our bags. Let's see what we got. That is a gunny sack of something. It's the bandolier. I don't care about that one. Where's the gunny sack? Where's it at? I could swear. Oh, dang it. Was that an option I could have picked? And I picked the bandolier? Oh, man. That sucks. I could have upgraded my bag slot by 2 points, and I screwed that up. Darn it, I thought I got both. Whoopsie. Alright, let's go turn in this to this guy. Here's the...
Greetings.
Abercrombie? I don't know a person of that name. You say you have a letter for me from this Abercrombie fellow? Well, let's have it then.
What language is this? It looks ancient. I can't read it.
Ello says after looking at the letter.
Take the note you gave me to Sirra von Indi. He's very learned in languages and ancient arts. If anyone here can translate this message, it's he.
Okay. It's the same kind of thing, I think, if you're still exactly swimming impossible. Here's Sirra von Indi.
What can I do for you?
A note from Abercrombie the hermit, eh? I don't know him, though if he lives out in the graveyard, then I do know his brains have rotted out.
For the Alliance.
Sirra begins translating the note.
I'm almost finished translating that note. If you come back in a few moments, I should be done.
So
For
we
the
will now
Alliance.
wait for him to finish. There we are. It's translated. The air grows heavy, as if a thick black curtain is drawn over the land.
Oh my. If what is written on this note is true, then Abercrombie's done something unspeakable. You better bring the translated note back to Ello, and do so quickly, for I fear a doom already lumbers toward our town.
Now I believe we've just triggered that event. Greetings, Ello Evanlock, Mayor of Darkshire. I'm afraid I have news for your town. Grave news? You see, I am a creator. I fooled the bearer of this note into aiding me in my latest, most dire creation, a fiend of flesh and bone and twisted metal. As you read this, it's likely outside my humble dwelling, gnashing its teeth and waiting for my word to go forth in slaughter. But you'll know soon enough. The Embalmer.
Light be with you.
Ah, is the note translated? Please let me see it.
Be careful.
Ello reads the letter and his face goes white. He then looks at you.
Although the aid you gave Abercrombie may have been motivated from kindness, your actions have doomed our city, our town.
Ello becomes lost in thought.
The Embalmer is a name told in one of our children's stories. He was a kindly alchemist, driven mad by the death of his wife Eliza. To restore her, he used dark magic to place his own heart within the bosom of his dead spouse. This revived Eliza, but it cursed her with a hunger for human flesh, forcing the Embalmer to keep her buried. His heart is his power. Find his wife's grave, retrieve his heart, and bring it to me while it still beats. Do this, and his power will be broken.
Okay. On it. But first, let's kill Stitches, because Stitches is going to be in this town any second. We might as well kill Stitches. And we have like 3 minutes left. I'll put the note out. I said I'm about to stomp them. I'll go ahead and do... my repairs.
What can I do for you?
Because I am confident. I mean, we could
Have a good one.
smell this up. I'm not even going to turn that into bronze because that's just going to... Someone out in town fighting. No, that was the sound of the bellows. My bad, guys. I'm okay with that. That can be gone. Boom. Night crawlers for fishing. We could have saved those, I guess. I can't believe I screwed that up. Bam, bam, bam. Ba, ba, ba. We need to save the other things. Okay. Alright, so... nobody's needing... So what do I want to kill first? In my opinion, actually, the Embalmer, it's the lowest level one, but it's kind of the hardest. But he comes... Stitches comes this way. If we want to go for the Stitches route. I don't know where he's at. Maybe someone got him on the road. I'm going to go this way anyway, just in case. I don't think we can take Stitches on. Alright, so I was right. We have 2 minutes left, but after this, just have to turn in... I don't think I've ever really looked at this little outlying farm. We will have to turn in our stuff. Yeah, I probably should have gone a little longer yesterday, even with this episode, because we will do these 3, but we also, with Mor'Ladim, we'll have to come back. We have a couple back and forths that we have to do. Oh, I should probably go grab all those quests. Add them in. Because we just picked up all of that. Put that in there. Bam, bam, bam. So, we completed... Ooh, excuse me. Bam, 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 bam. And digging through the dirt is the breadcrumb, or whatever, the repeatable that you need in order to get Eliza to come out of the dirt. So all that's left is to dig through the dirt for Eliza, then kill her, kill Morbent Fel, kill Mor'Ladim, and then the 2 quests ending Mor'Ladim. Actually, Mor'Ladim is the toughest of the quests by level. I don't see Stitches. Said he was on the road, so I wonder if someone killed him on the way, if like a level 60 intercepted him or something. Another tin vein down there. Yeah, screw it. Kinda low on time. Well, really, I'm low low on needing to pee. Where's our overall record at? I would have cried. We still... Okay, so we're 7 minutes... There he is. I don't know if I could handle Stitches on my own. Should we try it? Let's go for it. Let's just see what happens if we do this guy on our own. I just want to attempt it and see. I got plenty of potions. I just need... I'm waiting for my mana to come back. Okay. Oh, I do not want that wolf joining the fight. Okay, yeah, he's wrecking me. Thanks. Okay, so I'm there. Oh yeah. Okay, so that's not happening. He's just not your typical not your typical elite. So he is not one that I'm soloing at level 32. But I do think we possibly can solo Mor'Ladim. I've soloed him before. Now I have soloed him with kiting. That's, I guess, the downside is run is dead. Maybe that's just a joke. Now, the Bride of the Embalmer, this one is, in my opinion, for us, it's going to be kind of the toughest because when you spawn the bride, she she has ads that spawn with her. I don't even care about the solid chest. So, I guess what we have going for us is that there's a lot of. I think before there's like people in the area a lot, so there's a moderate chance that we'll encounter people that help us. I don't have anything really. I have no long-term buffs in my bag either. I have the well-fed I can do, and then we have some of these. Like I have that little healing thing I can put on myself, the flash bundle, the oil. That's about it. I could try to put those in play if I really, really think it will help out. Okay, so here, this quest is ready to go. I am going to go ahead and eat one of these just to give myself the well-fed buff. And then, yeah, that's probably it. Okay, we got well-fed right there. That on and let my mana recharge a pinch. And I'll probably put this Crusader on. Let the mana recharge a pinch on that, so I can at least maximize however much mana I can have. Okay. Alright, here we go. You dig through the semi-loose dirt over the grave and find the remains of a coffin. Within the coffin you can feel the vibrating scrapes of clawed fingers and the gnashing of rotted teeth. Will you open the coffin? Yes. Abba, is that you? Okay. So, I think maybe if we pull her away. Oh, come on, I'm just stuck in place by that frost. Maybe we can get some. I mean, that's. Oh, see, now she's spawning. Now she's spawning some junk. Okay. So I don't know if I will be able to defeat all her guardians. Let's see, but I pulled her off the mound. Okay. Okay, now it's just down to 2. We'll see. And luckily, I don't know if it's a time or like if it was time triggered or if it was or if it happened because she got low enough on life. I'm not sure what caused it to trigger. All right, but we got the heart there. Oh, I also have these seasoned wolf kebabs. I should be eating those bad boys. That's what should happen first. Alright, so Embalmer's dead. She wasn't that hard in terms of a mob. Now we're going to go for Morbent Fel. He's a little trickier. Luckily, we do have this. What happened? I wonder if she stripped me, because I don't think 5 minutes played out. No, it absolutely did not, because I ate after that. So somehow I was stripped of my Blessing of Might. Alright, so we need to fight our way in here. Which is fine. That's part 1. We need to basically clear the room completely so that we can get after Morbent Fel. And when we get up there, we're going to take a minute. We are going to restore and do everything we need. There's another mob right there, a raider. Oh, I see, I had my wrong seal on. Alright, cool. So there's a raider. This guy actually has a nice house. It's nicer than half the stinking houses that we encountered so far. Oh, I'm cursed also. I get with that mana leeching thing. Alright, so I'm gonna need some juice. There's usually a couple more, and then Morbent Fel himself normally has a couple side mobs. Now I can try to pull them and run. Someone else is going to be doing Mor'Ladim, so I'm letting them know that I will come help with that in just a mo. Okay, so here we have another raider. So in here you can see a skeletal warrior, a skeletal warder. So now he's aggroing onto me. So what I want to do is I want to fight some of these guys. I want to take down some of them. Alright. I do not want to fight Morbent Fel in this situation. Yeah, his damage is not the best. Okay, so now I'm gonna now I want to fight this raider. Wait. I'm gonna use one of my... Okay, so now I want to run out and reset that. I just don't want to aggro on any other guys. Okay, so now he's still coming out here. Because what I have to do now is I have to put that on my spot, my inventory. And I have to then wait for the 30 seconds to cool off. Because when you put it on, because we have to go in there and strip him of his powers. Right? Dang it! I'm an idiot. Okay, so now I have to put this back on. I don't know what the heck that just... Okay, so not my best. I'm just adding that to myself because why not? Okay. So I can open up and add some of these other neat little things. But that's a potion. That counts as a potion. He's putting this touch of death on me. But yeah, see, he's not that tough if you Oh no. Yikes, I don't know what that was that he hit me with. There we go, we got him. Okay. I was not even listening to what they were saying. We have a full party of 5 to kill Mor'Ladim. Oh, there's time. There's a whole little group coming up. Alright, so then I'm going to actually go turn in the Morbent Fel quest to Sven. There's Mor'Ladim. Chasing. Also, look, my Blessing of Might was off again. Alright, so these people are done. I just killed Morbent Fel. That's fantastic. Bride of the Embalmer's done. We can actually go turn in Morbent Fel now. Nope. And that will allow me to put that through here. We need a few more quests. Bang, bang, bang.
Well met.
Is Morbent Fel defeated?
Morbent Fel has been defeated. The Dark Riders are still at large, but a small
that's
piece of
lame.
that which I had hoped beyond hope has come to pass. You have done the impossible, and your deeds will forever live in the legends of Duskwood. Go, adventurer. And perhaps one day fate may bring you back to me.
Just absolutely dope. And the best part of that all is our first helmet, Spark Metal Core. Waff. What? That's just a great one. Lee Contessa has a helmet. All of these people are coming in. Father Jim. Oh, it's a level 60? I don't want to do it with a level 60. I could solo this bad boy. Okay, so now let's at least hunt down Morbent Fel. Or Mor'Ladim, I mean. Okay. Oh, they're already fighting him. This level 60 is already fighting him. So... So, they were not even in the right area. Yeah, so... So yeah, let's... I'm gonna leave the party. There's no point for me. They have a level 60 there. That person doesn't need... They don't need me at all. I feel kind of bad, but I didn't start that fight. That level 60 was gonna kill him before they got there anyway, so... All I did was get a couple licks in and make sure I got mine. I did not initiate that. I was just... They might be mad at me, but... Because they don't know how it went down, but I didn't start that fight. You guys saw it here. I was just near him. I tagged him so that people could see where he was at, and I was tracking him. I was not attacking him, and the level 60 just charged in and started attacking. So since I was right there, I was able to loot it. I mean, sure, I added a couple hits that maybe made him die 5 to 10 seconds faster, but they were not within 5 to 10 seconds of being close enough anyway. So we have Mor'Ladim's Skull. That will be... So now we're going to turn in Bride of the Embalmer and Mor'Ladim's Skull. We'll turn in both of those. So we can basically, as we walk over... The downside is we've got to walk there and back. But we're essentially done. How are we on time? We're at 2 hours and 10 minutes, and we're going to add probably another 5 because of what we have to do. There's, again, not really a lot we can do about that. So I should have, like I said before, I should have gone over a little bit longer, because I only did, like, I think, an hour and 20 yesterday. I just, for some reason, I really felt like yesterday's episode was a lot longer than it was. But, as you can see, the fact that we're going to be 2 hour 15, 2 hour 20 on this episode, we absolutely needed 4 episodes to complete Duskwood. So that means Duskwood as a zone is a minimum of like is about 6 to 8 hours. I feel like we did it close to as fast as you could do it. We could have trimmed some fat in a couple areas and combined a couple more things together. Some of the travel and stuff, but there wasn't really like the Legend of Stalvan and maybe that Ogre one, but really you have to go back and forth to that graveyard a few times. Alright, so let's get what we know is going to be happening here. Digging through the dirt is done. So we're going to turn in Bride of the Embalmer. That's first. I'll just work with these as we're messing about. Give us something to do as we walk to finish out the spreadsheet for the zone. Then we're going to turn in Mor'Ladim. Okay. Bam. Keep doing that. It's when you tab over. I don't even care about that. When you tab over like that, it'll take you. If you do Alt Tab, if you were sure, everybody that plays WoW probably uses that. And I'm probably not teaching you anything. I'm sure I'm not. I'm just glee-splaining it. It'll go between your 2 most recent things. So you have to really like make this game one of them, and then the thing that you want, like my spreadsheet, to be the other. Where's Bride of the Embalmer? I want to turn that one in first, because that one does not have a follow-up.
King's honor, friend.
Have you yet found Eliza's grave? Do you have the Embalmer's heart?
You've done it! The magic within his heart will be proof against
Oh,
the
'cause he
Embalmer's
chopped his
evil
own
and
heart.
a powerful aegis over the town of Darkshire. You have done a great thing for our people, adventurer. Your name will remain in our annals forever.
That means they must sell for the same. Oh, we get both. That's what it means. We get both, and neither are useful. But we're so close to leveling up from this chain. I just don't think we're going to quite do it.
What can I do for you?
I don't blame you for having trouble with Emily Contessa. Some of our strongest watchers have been lost to Mor'Ladim.
You killed him? That's no small accomplishment, adventurer. On behalf of the people of Darkshire and the Night Watch, I thank you. There is one small matter, however. I should have told you this earlier. How do I put this? Morgan may have believed that his family was all dead, but in fact, his daughter Sirra Lattimore is now a Watcher. She's always been troubled by the circumstances surrounding her father's death. Perhaps you could go to bring the news to her.
Yeah, sure. Sounds great. Sounds really uplifting.
Yes, my father. I wish there was something I could have done for him. If only I had talked to him.
Her eyes
before he-
become downcast.
Here, take this and lay it on his grave. Maybe, somehow, he'll know that I'm okay, and that none of us hold him responsible for what happened. And thank you, adventurer.
So that is actually a pretty solid paladin, a Ret paladin weapon. Outside of Ret paladin, I can't ever see a situation when you'd really want Arceus. But pretty solid, and I would use it if it wasn't for the fact that we had Varrigan's Fist. But Varrigan's Fist is only a little bit better, so you can already... I talked about this in the last episode. We're getting closer and closer to that not being that good. To not being, to being upgraded. But it did get us through quite a lot. We unlocked that at 20. We're level 32. So at 20, we underwent that quest line together. We maybe got to level 21 by the time we actually got the fist itself, because of all the things you have to do. So it has served as just already, and we're about to be level 33, untouchable. So it will take you 10 to 15 levels you get it fast. So basically a good solid quarter of your questing experience, and maybe more. I mean, actually, I'm betting on the 15. So there are some things in Nomergon that are better, but I don't know that there's much before that. But there's definitely, the weapons in Nomergon are significantly better. So, like the manual crowd control pummel, there's a few things, which probably means there are other adjacent Razorfen Crawl and some other earlier quests. Alright, so then we did Mor'Ladim, then that gave us the Daughter Who Lived, which we might as well pick both up, and A Daughter's Love. Final 2 of the zone, picked up A Daughter Who Lived, turned it in, and picked up A Daughter's Love. We're going to get this, and then we're just going to hearth to Stormwind, and we're going to log out as soon as we finish hearthing. So, a little bit longer episode today, because I really wanted to finish the zone. Probably should have gone a little bit longer. If I would have added 20 to 25 minutes on the last episode, then we would have been under 2 hours on this one, which would have balanced it out. So, poor planning yesterday, but it's better for my actual schedule. Yesterday I had a couple chores I had to do, and for some reason, like, my wife and I did not go to bed really late yesterday, but we slept in so long. Like, I slept for like 9 or 10 hours the night before. Yesterday, not last night. Last night, typically I sleep for about 5 to 6 hours. That's my normal. When I'm working from home and I don't have to wake up and commute to work, I start to sleep a little longer than that. I'll just naturally migrate to a more 6 to 7, right around there. So I literally don't know how it goes, because I'll go for months and months on 5 to 6 hours of sleep, and then left to its own devices, I'll gravitate to that 6 to 7 hours of sleep, and I just don't I just don't understand. Am I really, what's happening? Is my body gluttonously taking more sleep now? Am I suffering under some kind of sleep deprivation, like deleterious effects that I'm not aware of the rest of the year? I don't know. I worry because here's my thing about this also is, they say one of the best secrets to longevity is good sleep habits. But does it really balance in the long run? How many extra days will I get out of good sleep habits versus how many extra hours will I get from staying awake and living my life? What's the real equation? Look at that little guy with a hat. Leave me be. The ghostly voice sounds on the wind.
It is Sirra. But she's still alive. The weight is removed from my shoulders. Contessa, take my sword, Arceus. As my soul is put to rest, I have no more need for it. It was forged to do good, though I have proved myself unworthy to hold it. Perhaps you will carry on the light through it. It's my love.
We did not level up. We are 1,000. Oh, here's this ghost that comes.
My sword Arceus served me well in life, but as at last my spirit may pass from the unhappy existence I needed no longer. I shall cling to the love of my daughter and hope that I will find forgiveness under the light of my sins.
Thank you, sir. I will sell this sword to a merchant in your honor. Alright, that's it. We've done it. We have not only another episode in the Pipe 5x5, but it gives me great pleasure to say we have another zone in the Pipe 5x5, and tomorrow we're starting Ashenvale. I don't know if it's with Horde or Alliance. Maybe Horde. Maybe we'll go back to Gleek and Soul. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. If you liked it, subscribe, join on, check out my Patreon. All those links can be found in the comments and at the end of this video. And I will see you guys next time on Lore of Warcraft.